Welcome back, fellow mobile gamers, to my mobile gaming quest where I look for the best new mobile games to share with you fine folk every single day. And today it is time that we play Coromon, which I am really excited about as it seems to be the best attempt at recreating a Pokemon-like experience for mobile without straight up just copy-pasting all of Nintendo's original IPs, all of the art assets and audio, as we have seen it done quite a few times on mobile already. No, instead, this game is an indie game that draws heavy inspiration from Pokemon to create the tactical turn-based experience that us mobile gamers have all deserved, but Nintendo, for some reason, have never wanted to deliver to us. Now, the game is out in a beta version on Android and iOS already. iOS via test flight, on Android just via Google Play, and it is also very soon coming to PC via the Steam platform. Now, as always, I've left the download links in the description box down below if you want to check that out. And today, our goal is to answer if this game is actually worth checking out for you guys. And if you enjoyed this video and you want more mobile gaming goodness, then consider checking out all my other videos here on the channel, and you can always subscribe to the Nimble Nation if you like what you see. Now, Coromon is a story-driven game, just like the original Pokemon game, and so far, I've actually, to my big surprise, by the way, really been enjoying the story being told. Although, honestly, I am mostly the type of gamer who's just looking forward to exploring more of the world, and of course, catching a lot more new Coromon. Now, right now, we have... What do we have? We have four different Coromon in our little squad here, with the highest level one being level 10 already. Now, in some ways, Coromon actually takes the strategic elements of this game much, much further than I think Pokemon and Nintendo has ever done. Like, for example, by allowing us to customize the stats or the attributes of our Coromon whenever they level up, which basically allows us to make each Coromon match our preferred playstyle. And it also means that Coromon can end up with vastly different stats, which I think is just really brilliant, honestly. So if we wanted to, we could basically have two of the same type of Coromon in our team, and then have one of them focus more on dealing damage, for example, and another one focusing more on HP and defensive stats. I am trying right now to actually get our main Coromon, Cop0, to level up so that I can show you guys, hopefully, how this upgrading system works. Now, the HP of Cop0 is persistent, as you can see, so we still have 19 HP left because we lost from 29 down to 19 in the previous match versus another Beasel, which I guess is a bee in Coromon. Just like Pokemon, this game draws very heavy inspiration from real-life animals for the designs of these Coromon monsters that we're fighting. Now, interestingly, the game allows us to select a difficulty level when we start out, and I chose normal difficulty. You can get an easier time if you choose the easy difficulty level, or you can get a much harder difficulty if you just like pain and suffering, I guess. But anyway, what are we actually doing here? Well, we're trying to complete a quest where we have to help the citizens of this small town get rid of all of these wasp-like Coromons that we've been defeating 5 out of 6 of so far. And actually, this made our Armado level up. So now, as you guys can see, we can choose to increase the HP, attack, special attack, the speed, the defense, or the special defense of this Coromon. Now, if we increase the speed, it makes it so that there's a higher chance that we will get to attack first. Basically, the Pokemon, basically the Coromon with the most speed will get to attack first. Now, I'm gonna go for, what am I gonna go for here? I'm gonna go for a little bit of speed. We have 2 points left. I'm gonna go for some more HP and some more attack, and we're gonna go ahead and confirm these attributes. And that is how that system works. I think it's a really awesome system. We also got a new ability or a new skill, it seems. That's pretty cool. And 120 XP for Cop0 as well. So on this one, I'm gonna focus purely on attack and then 1 speed. So 2 attack and 1 speed increases. And that was then 5 out of the 6 of these wasp Coromons that we have to defeat in this little town. Now, this is obviously just one small quest out of the many available quests in this game. As I said, this is a very story-driven game, so there are lots of quests to complete. Now, I want to talk a bit about, I already saw the last Coromon over here, but I want to talk a bit about how we navigate in this map. We simply have this left side joystick that we use to run around, or actually walk around, and then we can tap here on the right side, we can tap the running button if we know where we're going, and we can run very quickly in that direction. And that's, of course, very helpful if you know where you want to go and you want to get there quickly. Now, there are also lots of great settings, though, of actually changing these things. We can click the pause button up here in the top left corner, and then in here we can see, well, first of all, we can see our Coromon team. We can actually also see a world map over here, which is really neat, really convenient. We can also see a logbook, which are basically our quest, and we can see our inventory, which shows us which items we have. But what I wanted to show you guys was actually the settings, because in here you guys can see that we have 3 different move movement input options. We can also completely hide the movement input. We can change the text speed, and then down here we can do so that we always run instead of having to tap the right side of the screen. Now there's also controller support in this game, so if you have a Bluetooth controller, you can just hook that up straight away, and that is really awesome. I think this game basically gets mostly everything right. I mean, controller support, high quality, really nice graphics, pixel art graphics, lots of Coromon. There are over 120 Coromon in this game already. And as you guys might also have noticed, there's no cash shop, there are no loot boxes, there are no advertisements in this game. At least right now, this game is 100% free to play, and it remains to be seen exactly how the developers plan to monetize this game. But I did read, though, that it seems that it will be sold for a $2 premium price, which honestly is very cheap considering the quality of this game. Now let's see if we can actually catch this beetle now, because this is a quest monster, or at least it's a Coromon that we have to defeat as part of a quest. I'm not sure if that means that we won't be able to catch this one, but let's give it a go though. We can go in here to our items, over here to our spinners, which are basically Pokeballs. We've got a plain spinner, and we've got a standard spinner. So this is a device for catching Coromon. This is a spinner designed to efficiently catch normal type Pokemon. I do not know if that wasp Coromon is an elemental, like a normal type Coromon, but let's try using this one anyway. You can only catch wild Coromons. I guess we won't be able to catch this one because this is part of a quest. That's a bit unfortunate, but don't worry though, we're gonna go out into the wild grasslands of this game after we're done with this quest, which we are very, very soon. Let's see how much damage we're able to deal here. Down to 1 HP, so it would actually be very easy to catch this Coromon right now, because the lower the HP, the easier it is to catch it. Now look at this though, we have got our own enemy here, Bossy, which is the exact same type of Coromon. And now our team is pretty low on HP, but at least as you can see, all of the Coromons that went into battle will get some XP, and some of them will level up, and sometimes when they level up, we get to choose new stat points for them. Now then, what we want to do before we can head out and try to catch a new Coromon is we definitely want to walk up here to another Pokemon-like system where we can recover all of the HP of all of our Coromon very conveniently. And we have to do this in between battles, because if we die, we'll start all the way back in our hometown, and we have to then walk all the way over here to this town and beyond, so that's eventually gonna take a long time. So you definitely want to remember to recover the HP of your Coromon. Now we're gonna head out here and see if we can catch a new Coromon, and meanwhile, let's try to conclude on this game. In terms of the UI, by the way, we can actually very conveniently see what each of the abilities of each Coromon does, and we can also see how many SP they cost. So these are skill points, and we have only 7 skill points left on Coromon at the moment. You can see that over here on the very right side of the screen. Cop-Zero can take a rest, which is what we did just now, and that will recover some SP. And I think this whole skill point system is actually a very smart way of helping ensure that you don't constantly just use the strongest attack possible, but you actually have to think about which attack you want to use, because it also has an SP cost, and if you had to recover SP in the middle of a match, that means that the opponent will get to attack you in a round where you don't get to deal any damage. So that's a pretty interesting system, honestly, and it really means you have to think very carefully before you use an ability, especially with a new Coromon that you just caught, and especially when you don't know the Coromon you're fighting either. So in the beginning of this game, you should probably just use whatever ability, but later on, this is definitely gonna add to the complexity of the combat system, which is gonna be a whole lot of fun for those players who really get into the game, really dive in and spend 10 hours, if not hundreds of hours on this game. So as I already said, there are over 120 Coromon in the game already. There's also over 50 awesome soundtracks that I've really been enjoying while playing this game. The pixel art style is really on point as well, in my opinion. It looks great, the animations are well made, and the world is very interesting to explore as well. Honestly, I think this is the Pokemon-like game on mobile, and for some players, this could even turn into Game of the Year material. But let me know though if you agree or disagree with my opinions and views on this game in the comment section below, and let's get a good discussion going on. I'm looking forward to engaging with you guys in that conversation. And then let's head into the nugget of daily mobile gaming news that I always end off these videos with. And today's news is that according to the news outlet Gaming on Phone, Fallout Shelter Online might very soon get its English release. Finally, the game released in China back in 2017, but so far there's been no news of an English version of this game. But then it popped up very recently on the iOS App Store with an estimated release date for April 22nd, 2020. Now, the main difference between Fallout Shelter and Fallout Shelter Online seems to be a PvP mode, a new adventure mode, and then of course, drumroll please, gacha elements for everyone, because why not, I guess. But jokes aside, I'm sure a lot of people have really been looking forward to this game, and it's really great to see that it is finally getting a release here in the West as well. And that was all for today, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay safe out there, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.